Alright, just testing the audio. I guess I'll do 3 minutes of this stuff. Anyway, this is for Fred. It's supposed to be rabbit vision. Unfortunately, the camera had a different focal length when I started, and so things got a little messed up. Like one was zoomed in and the other one wasn't. So anyway, but the second half is they have the same zoom. I think I started with the two cameras sort of angled towards the forward, but left right. So the two images, there was only a like a 10% or 20% blank space between the fields of vision, and then I moved them to opposite sides, so then you'd get a view of what the opposite side stuff would be, like right to left vision, you know if you get what I mean. And so I start off with the two images next to each other, because I think that's sort of how the rabbit probably sees things, is they have an expanded field of view, so they're seeing things panoramically, not overlapped. That's my opinion. I don't think their brain tries to overlap the images, so that wouldn't make much sense. So I think their brain just fills in the middle, and basically it just creates a fake middle. I mean, I tied the two together, but there would be a space in between the two images, and their brain just imagines that in between space, and just tries to calculate if something moves from one field of vision into the other field of vision, that they try to catch that. So anyway, so the second half I did do the overlap thing, and that should be coming up pretty soon. So I don't know how coherent this was. I moved it a little bit side to side just to see what you'd kind of get, and how, like if I was a rabbit, how I might look with one eye, and then I might turn my head and look the other way. You really don't get the behind you thing as much, but the idea of the panoramic thing sort of works. Yeah, and that was the end. So now this is the two images overlapped, and yeah, it's really incoherent as far as I'm concerned. That would just be really difficult for a brain, I think, to make much out of, in my opinion. So I think it must do the panoramic thing realistically, because this gets very confusing. Uh, anyway, so that's the experiment, and so now I'll just babble about something. Let's see, Fred's video. I could talk about his video, his car video, but there were parts, yeah, I was a little annoyed by the spiritual crap, because it's crap. I mean, it's a stupid word. It's an archaic word. Let's just throw it in the garbage where it belongs. Um, we don't, we get gooey feelings about things, the little lovey feelings and attachment feelings and horny feelings or hungry feelings or whatever. And there's no point in calling that spiritual. I mean, we get spiritual about, you find 50 cents. Well, I won't say 50. Let's say you find $10 on the sidewalk and nobody's around. It's like, oh, I got a spiritual feeling. I found $10. It's, we feel, things make us feel good. Things make us feel powerful. I mean, things feed our ego. It's not spirit. So anyway, not that he was saying it was. He was just playing around with this poetry crap. And metaphors and all that stuff is fine, but I just think people take these metaphors way too far. And they use metaphors and poetry as an excuse. As an excuse to deny the truth and get distracted from the harsh, brutal reality. And I don't like that, running away from the harsh, brutal reality thing when you're doing the philosophy thing. So, you want to do the real life thing and pretend your penis is 10 feet long? I don't care. But, when it's time to do the reality thing, you can't play that game anymore. Out of time. The end. Thank you very much.